Maggie did a bit of a travel log last week. Who was here last week for Maggie? Like 95% of you, good. I'm going to do a very brief travel log. We did 6 weeks on the road, 18 states, 8,000 miles. Did magnificent things. Silverton to Durango Railroad. We went to, I promised you we were going to do a Sunday at Graceland, and we did. So I was thinking of you. I was in line at Graceland, and I'm thinking, church is starting. We went on and went to Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It's just a drive-through park. Gorgeous. Had a wonderful day there. A week in Charlotte, and Ruth and I being race fans, we were in the hub of NASCAR and went to race shops and the Hall of Fame and interviews with drivers and one signed hats and just craziness. Went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, put my feet in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
Rick has pictures. It is warmer and it is cleaner. I was told it's true. In Barstow, California, when you get on Interstate 40, I don't know how many of you travel very much, but there's a sign that says Wilmington, North Carolina, 2,554 miles. I saw this earlier in the year, and I said, when we do this trip, I'm taking a picture of that sign, and I bet you on the other end, there's one that says Barstow, California. There was, and I have both pictures.
All right.
That was my day.
Yeah.
We came back, working our way back. We accidentally went to the St. Louis Arch. I swear it was an accidental thing. We just changed highways at the last minute. We saw the St. Louis Arch at sunset. Magnificent. Went through another show in Oklahoma. Gorgeous little location. I never would have dreamed was in Oklahoma. Up this beautiful canyon, magnificent river, little hippie town. It was a lot of fun. The government owes me $16 because I had tickets to go on one of the tours of Carlsbad Caverns, and they shut the government down the day before. I think I'll take it off my taxes and see what happens. We went to Roswell instead that day and had a fun time in Roswell. Some of you saw my alien shirt last week. And then went and visited family the rest of the trip and came home. Lessons from the road. I have a very small audience here. I realize that, but maybe somebody on YouTube will see this. I don't know. There's some road rules. We pulled a 24-foot trailer behind our truck this entire time. For years we had a motorhome and we pulled our Jeep behind it. I'm going to teach you some things that people don't know. People don't know that a vehicle like this, first of all, I'm going to teach you right now that a motorhome that is pulling a car behind it and the car's wheels are on the ground, it's not on a trailer, it can't back up. Nobody knows this. People park right behind you, block you in, and you can't back up. Don't park behind a motorhome with a car behind it, ever. Ever, don't do it. If you are getting on a freeway and you wait too late and you glance over, it's the same thing as a semi. Can a semi move real quickly? Probably not. Why? Because there's a car next to them, because they're going slower. Trucks and trailers and motorhomes are the same way. I can't tell you how many wrecks we almost had on this trip. People in the South, if you drive in the South, they come up on an on-ramp and they stop and wait for the traffic to clear. Awareness, consciousness. A lot of other states, they're still allowed to talk on the phone and text while they're driving. Stay in the now, on the road, during your day, all the time. Stay in the now. Stay present and stay aware. It was an adventure. That's it. I had to share that. People need to know. Okay, Patty tried to do my talk. She tried real hard. I don't get to do healing service very often. This is a rare occasion where Sandy and I switched weeks due to our schedules. And so I'm going to actually spend my time talking to you about healing and about what we do here in the healing service. So first of all, we're going to start with all illness is based in, Patty said it, in your thoughts and in your beliefs. People believe in genetics. People believe in DNA. But I believe that your thought, that your belief, that what you stand in truth in is much stronger than any of that. Much stronger. I think we find genetics, or what we're calling that, and people who get the same disease as a family member, more of what you're exposed to. You're exposed to these ideas, maybe as a young child, maybe as you're growing up and a family member becomes ill. And I think that exposing to it, or your good friends, whatever it is, you get in touch with that. And you believe in it. And you believe in whatever their experience is. We believe in what medical professionals tell us. What do we actually call what a doctor says when they give you a diagnosis? What is it? Anybody know? Their opinion? Opinion? We all know the other cliche. Opinions are like something we don't want to discuss here. Opinions don't matter. Opinions are not truth. The only truth is your personal power to heal yourself. Whether we're talking physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing, financial healing, it's all done right here. This is your power plant. This is your connection to spirit. Your heart, your mind are your connection. If you feel bad in any way, if you can find a way to shift that feeling, everything shifts. Everything will shift. We have that power to do it. We don't exercise it. Because sometimes it's much more fun to say, oh, I don't feel good. We're coming into flu season. The commercials started 6-8 weeks ago. They're prepping you to be sick. Don't listen to it. There's no need. The same germs are out there in the summer. I mean, I say this all the time. If you think about it, germs live in a warm, moist environment. When are we more likely to be sick? In the summer. But we're told we're going to be sick in the winter. So we get sick in the winter. And sometimes it's just convenient because it gets a little busy and a couple of down days is not a bad thing. True? So I'm going to teach you a few things about healing today. I have 6 rules. I like 6. 6 is a good number. 6 rules. Number 1, if you have mental, emotional, physical, financial issues, I'm going to give you a rule. You're not going to like it. No complaining. You put energy into what's going on with you when you complain. When you complain, you feed it. It's like throwing wood on the fire. You say you don't want it, but you feed it. No commiserating. Don't go find people who have the same problem and sit and commiserate about it. You've done it. You've all done it. Accept what is happening. Loving acceptance. This doesn't mean you just say, I'm going to live with this forever. But you stop it instead of fighting. Oh, these commercials drive me crazy anyhow. I don't watch commercials on TV. If I watch TV, I record something and I zip through the commercials. Anybody remember, we've all seen them. My cancer, my this, my that. People go and own what they say, what the opinion is that's wrong with them. Wrong. Nothing's wrong with you. It's an opinion. But they own it. Don't own it. It is not the truth. The truth of your being is that if you cut your hand, it heals in a couple of days, doesn't it? Is this the truth of your body? Your body knows what to do. You don't think about your hand because you've done this so many times. I had a paper cut. It's gone. It was there a couple of days ago. I opened an envelope when I was opening all my mail. It's gone. It heals. We don't think about that because that's our experience. But we've been told that if there's something major going on in our life, that doesn't always heal. The body doesn't know the difference between something that someone calls big and small. You're the one who calls it big or small. So start by letting go of the fight. We fight our disease. We fight cancer. We fight crime. Why are we fighting? And what are we fighting? When you're talking about your own body and your own experience, you're fighting yourself. Can you heal when you're fighting yourself? I don't think so. Stand in loving acceptance of, this is something I'm experiencing, but this is not permanent. Stand in truth that the solution is coming. That if I change my thinking, I got bad news for you. And I don't want to blame you. But everything going on in our experience is something we have thought, something we have felt, something we have created on some level. I'm not trying to blame you. It's not blame. I've created a lot of garbage in my life, I got to tell you. But all we have to do is change our thinking, change our belief. And the situation will change for the better. Number 3, stay away from all negativity, yours and everyone else's. If you have someone who is trying to commiserate, who wants to tell you a story, or a doctor whose opinion you don't like, stop. You can stop. Nobody says you have to keep going. Don't stand in the negativity. Find a positive solution. They're out there. Watch your thoughts and your feelings. Pay attention when you wake up in the morning and say thank you, first thing. Thank you for this glorious day. Thank you for another opportunity. Not, oh, my back hurts still. Stop focusing on what you don't want and focus on what you do want. I had a little lady at the church that I was a part of in the desert before we moved here. And this dear sweet little lady came to me. Why she came to me, I don't know. I was not very prominent in this place, but she came to me one day and said, my vision is getting worse and worse. Now, I did work in the vision field. So she didn't know that, but I did. And that's not what I did with her. I said, she goes, I can see less and less every day. Every day it's less and less than I see. And I said, okay, well, we're going to stop that because you're focusing on what you can't do. I want you to focus on what you can see every day. So if you can't read right here, but you can see something over there, I want you to go, I can see that. All I want you to do is focus on what is good, what is working, not what isn't. She came back to me 2 weeks later and said, I can see better. I can see better. I can see things that I couldn't see before. It's working. Focus on the good. Release what it is you don't want. Do treatment. Treat mentally. Treat physically. Treat spiritually. The only way to heal, we are body, mind, spirit. We are not just a physical being. If you have a physical ailment, it's not just a physical ailment. It's a physical ailment. It's a mental ailment, and it's a spiritual ailment. And we need to find treatments for all of those. If you just go to the medical practitioner, you're only working on one area.